In this lecture, you're going to learn how to double your gig reviews on Fiverr in just 30 seconds. All you have to do is really ask buyers to leave a review. Now, you probably heard of that advice before, just ask and you shall receive. But I think it's very important the way that you ask, you want to set it up properly so that they're going to be inclined to leave a review. I've done a lot of testing over the last year and a half about what works, what doesn't work. And so I'm going to share exactly the setup and process and script that I use that gets me a lot of positive reviews. Now, I should say that you want to have a good gig before you even consider doing this. You want to make sure your gig is worth more than the $5 that someone is paying. That's really going to set them up to give a good review. But then when you press the deliver button and you add your little script in here, what has worked very well for me is firstly to give them a free bonus. So this is something that they weren't expecting. This helps the gig be worth more than $5. What I do is I give them free access to an SEO course that I've set up. And that's related to this gig. It's an SEO report gig. So I've given them a free bonus, which they weren't expecting, which immediately, I've given them something, and that sets them up for them giving me something back. Now, your free bonus, you may not have a free course, but it could be a free PDF or an extra tip. Or, if you said you do 5 things, you give them 6 things. Or if you said you do 5 minutes, you give them 7 minutes, So whatever little bonus you can come up with, it can be just a PDF report that you send out. But essentially, you don't want the bonus to be taking up much of your time. It's just something that you can add in that's helpful and related to the gig, but it's not going to burn up a lot of your time. So once you've set that up, what you want to do is say something like this. Once you've reviewed the report and are satisfied, so this is a key thing. I'm not just saying, give me a 5-star review. I'm saying once you've reviewed this and are satisfied, I want to make sure they're satisfied first before I even consider asking them to give me a review. I'd really appreciate you giving me a rating and a comment on Fiverr. So not just a rating, but also a comment, because the comments are really valuable. That's what people read. If you have any other questions or concerns, just read out first. So what I'm saying here is, don't give me a review unless you're satisfied. If you're not satisfied, reach out first, and I'll try and resolve your problem, and then you can give me a good review. So there's a lot of thinking that went into that short script. I've seen people, when I've bought gigs, they do something similar. They ask for a review, but it's basically like an essay. It's like 3 paragraphs about how important it is, and that they'll do everything to make it right. And it's just too much, in my opinion. You want to keep it short. That's something that they'll read, but 3 paragraph is not something that they're going to read. So that is my advice. Firstly, you make a gig that's worth more than $5. They have to be happy with that. Then you can give them a free bonus. So you set up this kind of reciprocity concept where you've given them something, they give you something. And you kind of reduce any risk of a bad review by saying, once you're satisfied, reach out to me first. And that's really how you can do it. Now, also a great feature of Fiverr is that you can just set that up once. You don't have to type it every single time. You set it up once, it'll take you 30 seconds, and you can use that same delivery script over and over again. You can set them up here using a quick response, and then add a quick response. And you can paste in the name of the gig, say, SEO report gig. And then you can just paste in the script. And I'll share with you in the next lecture the script that I use, and you can use that, modify it, test it out. And that's really going to help you get more reviews. And it just takes 30 seconds.